Valtteri Bottas has recently been linked to an intriguing and somewhat unexpected career move, sparking discussions about his return to the Mercedes fold. However, this potential decision could lead to a significant conflict of interest if the Finnish driver opts to accept this role. Despite McLaren being a customer of Mercedes, the Woking-based team is by no means a subordinate to the Silver Arrows. In fact, McLaren has emerged as one of the dominant forces on the grid in the 2024 Constructors' Championship. This raises the pressing question: how could such a situation unfold without causing harm to either team? Furthermore, how effective would Bottas be in this new capacity at McLaren? Reports suggest that Bottas is being considered for a reserve driver role with McLaren, a role he has already accepted at Mercedes. For fans, this dual role raises questions about its practicality. However, one thing is clear: Bottas' decision highlights his commitment to remaining in Formula One, showing he isn't ready to shift his focus to other championships just yet. A welcome revelation for those rooting for his continued presence in the sport. That said, Bottas' acceptance of the Mercedes reserve driver role means he will likely be heavily involved in the Silver Arrows operations. Taking on a similar position at McLaren could complicate things for both teams and his career trajectory, given the potential overlap and conflict of interest. Bottas is a seasoned driver, and while his stint at Sauber over the past 2 years hasn't panned out as he envisioned, something he has openly called a career misstep, his story in F1 isn't over yet. We've seen how non-competitive Sauber has been in recent seasons, with Bottas occasionally managing to push the car closer to the points despite its limitations. Yes, he ended the season without scoring, and his teammate Zhou Guanyu outscored him with 4 points in a single race. But such numbers don't tell the full story of Bottas' performances. Teams like Mercedes and McLaren recognize his talent and would undoubtedly benefit from leveraging his skills. For Bottas, this dual stint could serve as a stepping stone for bigger opportunities, especially given the fresh era Formula One is entering. Bottas has made it clear that he's determined to stay in the sport as long as possible and aims to return as a full-time driver in 2026. His most likely destination for a seat appears to be Cadillac, though the team has remained tight-lipped about their plans. Colton Herta's recent comments about his super license prospects have raised concerns, making Bottas an increasingly viable candidate should Cadillac require a driver with proven experience. If Bottas can manage his reserve roles with both McLaren and Mercedes effectively, he may become a top contender for that seat. We've seen this pathway work for other drivers before. Take Nico Hülkenberg, for instance, who, despite never scoring a podium in his F1 career, made a successful comeback after years on the sidelines. Bottas' situation is far from unique, and being a reserve driver for 2 of the top 4 teams on the grid positions him well for future opportunities. Such roles keep him connected with the latest developments, not only with the cars but also with team strategies and grid dynamics. For Bottas, this is crucial to staying relevant in F1. Interestingly, Bottas may also have to rely on the performance, or lack thereof, of rookies in the coming seasons. If any team's rookie fails to meet expectations, they're likely to prioritize experience, and Bottas could emerge as the perfect solution. While such a scenario would benefit him, it's not ideal for the sport overall. The new generation of drivers has the potential to either revolutionize Formula One with fresh talent or falter under the pressure, creating openings for veterans like Bottas to step in. For Bottas, juggling reserve roles with McLaren and Mercedes keeps him in the mix, ensuring he remains an integral part of the grid's ongoing narrative. These positions also allow him to collaborate with 2 of the sport's most competitive teams, gaining invaluable insights into their operations. However, it's worth noting that McLaren has yet to officially confirm Bottas as their reserve driver, and the Finn himself has been relatively quiet about the speculation. Still, given McLaren and Mercedes' shared power unit partnership, such a move could benefit both sides. Currently, McLaren is firmly focused on their quest for a drivers' championship, with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri leading their charge. Mercedes, on the other hand, has struggled to keep pace, at least for now. Bottas' role in McLaren would likely revolve around preparing for the new 2026 regulations, where the team aims to maintain its upward trajectory. However, Pato Howard presents competition for the reserve driver role. The Mexican driver has more experience with McLaren, having participated in several FP1 sessions as part of rookie regulations. This could pose a challenge for Bottas, as McLaren may lean toward a driver already familiar with their setup. That said, both Bottas and Howard would likely have limited opportunities to secure a full-time seat with either team unless unforeseen circumstances arise. Nevertheless, Bottas views these roles as crucial to staying fit and maintaining his edge. With the arrival of an 11th team in 2026, Bottas hasn't ruled out a move to Cadillac, especially given Herta's uncertain position. If Cadillac seeks a driver with experience, Bottas would likely be one of their top choices. As for other potential contenders like Daniel Ricciardo, the Australian has expressed little interest in returning to the grid, dismissing any connection to Cadillac. This leaves Bottas in a strong position to capitalize on his experience and unique skill set. However, he has been vocal about his conditions for a return, emphasizing that he wouldn't accept a one-year deal without a clear long-term plan. Bottas believes such an arrangement would do little for his career at this stage. Looking ahead, Bottas is focused on 2025, where his primary objective with Mercedes will be to assist Andrea Kimi Antonelli in reaching a level where he can challenge George Russell consistently. For Bottas, this might carry a personal element, given that Russell replaced him at Mercedes and was involved in their infamous 2021 crash at Imola. Still, the role allows Bottas to remain a pivotal figure in the paddock and keep conversations about his future alive. As for McLaren, the collaboration between the two teams could pave the way for a mutually beneficial arrangement. While Mercedes might worry about their reserve driver being utilized by a rival team, McLaren's ambitions for 2026 could align with Bottas' expertise. Both sides will need to tread carefully to ensure that this partnership doesn't undermine their individual goals. What do you think about Valtteri Bottas potentially taking on the reserve driver role at McLaren? Could this move benefit both parties, or would it create unnecessary complications? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're curious about Ferrari's latest updates for 2025, check out the video on your screen now.